and this brings me to the state of hip hop, because a lot of these motherfuckers ain't talking about nothing other than this beef that I thought, hey, there's a beef with Drake and now it's like they're actually using fucking words, and it's like it seems like it's a little hip hoppy now. I think that they also use music to shut us around, because all this mumble shit. How do you feel as an actual real MC? How do you feel about the state of hip hop now? Just asking, as you are really good at it. Just want to know.
At the end of the day, it's still providing.
Okay.
It's still providing an average person off the street, especially of our culture, to come in this business and feed their family. Yeah. Okay. At the end of the day.
Totally agree.
So hip hop in general, the fabric, the mechanism of hip hop is still going. It's still supplying jobs.
Got you.
What's going on in it, far as the character of hip hop, far as the artists? I mean, you have some good ones, you have some dope ones. Just like in our era, a lot of people. I mean, our era was banging. Like our
Thank you.
Our era was a pivotal era.
I was about to say,
our era was
bro.
a pivotal era.
Shit.
But at the end of the day. There were people saying, well, who are these guys that's coming in smoking blunts with Timberland boots and they pants hanging off their ass? We got talked about as well. Yeah. But the thing is that we showed up and showed out. It turned more into a business at the end of the day, and it's definitely generating more money than it did in our era.
Of course.
So I leave it as though, like, I let the young artists do their thing, let them figure it out. You can only make a change if you're in the game. You can't be sitting on the sidelines complaining about music, complaining about the state of hip hop, and you ain't dropping no music, or you ain't dropping anything to pull the fans to your view and say, wow, okay, he's doing some music. Because I always believe of action. I believe I will teach you through action, not just sitting around talking and comparing and shitting on the new era. I think the new era is doing their thing. They generating money. They having fun. They doing what we did. But you got to look at it this way too. It's a pro and a con to that. Like, a lot of people think, well, the new era, they complaining, but then again, it's leaving us room to still have shows and get work. Because a lot of people are tired of the music, so they're like, let me tap back in and
that's a good thing.
These 90s artists back on shows,
which is beautiful,
and it's been heavy. It's been fantastic.
You are always, guys are
big facts.
Every time I hear that, Redman and Meth are over at the. I said, what? Fuck, I missed it. They over at the and Talib. Talib.
Oh yeah, that's my dude.
Let me tell you, you want to talk about someone that will perform in a grocery store? I can't.
Sushi spot.
He'll call me, go, yo, God, where you at, man? Where you at? How he talk. I said, where you at, man? I said, yo, I'm at blah, blah, blah. I'm there, right? I'm performing behind you. Like, what? I was at a fucking Apple store, Soho. Apple store, just trying to get some new Apple shit. They were like, ladies and gentlemen, are y'all ready for a concert? What? Ladies and gentlemen, Talib Kweli's on the table, fucking performing.
Apple store?
At an Apple store.
That's crazy.
That's on Spring Street.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Reb, what do you think the difference of the mentality was then? Because you still got young dudes like Coast Contra, you got Griselda, dudes who are banging and hard lyricists and stuff who idolize y'all dudes. And so there's trash. Yes, there's trash, but there's always been trash. But what was the mentality at the time when you were doing what you were doing, that there was this need to be original?
Yeah.
I think that's because of the era that I grew up in. Like, I'm a Big Daddy Kane, Rakim,
that's all.
EPMD, all Salt and Pepper, Kid and Play. Those names, Biz Markie, like, these names are like King Royal names that you can never forget. And with a name like that, they always say your name means everything. When you say your name, you got to say it with confidence, like who you are.
Yeah.
And those names rung out back then like that. That was my fabric to learn from. Right. So to be different, we had to not just stand out on the name, but our music and our sound and our character of who we are. That's why we had Keith Murray, Busta Rhymes, Wu-Tang, Tribe Called Quest. These are like monumental names. So that went along with how we think and what we put into the music and the energy we put into the music. We wanted to build not just a fan base, but a cult, a following.
Yeah.
So in order to get that, you had to be different. You had to be original. You had to be authentic.
Yeah.
You had to be, and if you think about it, like we ain't even reinvent the wheel. Like we ain't reinvent words and phrases.
Yeah.
Everyone says the same thing. Is how we say it.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that we held that fabric and held on to that to learn from more than what's going on now. But like you said, like I said earlier, I think the new generation, the new era of hip hop, they doing their thing, they generating money, and there's artists in here that's doing great music.
Yeah.
We just got to tap into them. But it's the outlets. It's so many outlets
so
that
wide. The scope is so wide.
It's like what. Some DJ gave me a roundabout number of how many new songs that they get a year, and it was like way over the top.
Comparatively from when you were doing it.
Exactly.
Like what a percentage more is stuff out there than when you were.
Yeah.
Oh, I would say definitely like a 75% more to 80% more music because of the outlets.
The outlets, yeah.
Our outlets was MTV, BET,
that was
Video Music Box.
It's like a hub.
Yeah, and we can put all those in one box.
And I remember waiting for the what to come out. Like,
yeah. I got that shit quick.
I got it. Yo,
and then my boy played it in college. I said, yo, play the Redman shit. He go, yeah. We was like,
album in stores on
Yeah. Yo, what about why Redman? Where'd that come from? Redman.
Because I'm a light skinned.
I wondered. I said, is it because
that's
you're
what they call
light-skinned?
Yo, my
Red
teeth
bone.
is white as hell. I ain't seen myself on TV in a while, because I ain't been doing no interviews. But the kid is all right. No, but the name came from being light skinned in the hood.
That's what I thought.
I had actually red hair, and I was a little bit more redder when I was young, and I grew out of it.
Oh, okay.
And so I was like the light skinnedest dude in the fucking hood, so they called me red.
You know Dion Cole, right?
Yeah.
Dion Cole, I remember when he first got to New York City, right? I'm still in Chicago. We all came up at the same time. Mm-hmm. And we was at Bernie Mac's club because Bernie had the open mics for us. So, and Dion goes, yo, God, come here, man. Guess who I met when I was in New York? Redman, dog. We were like, what? You met Redman? He was like, he was cool than a motherfucker.
That sounds like him.
And I met you and Method at the Improv on the Monday night Improv, that the ghetto night. And that was, it was a long time. And you guys came out and said, yeah, you was mad for. I was like, yo, it's Red and fucking Method, man. What the
Was it the Improv out here or L.A.?
No, in L.A.
L.A., yeah.
You guys was there, and it was like, yo, you was fine. I said, what the fuck is this?
I remember that.
I was like, I went back and go, guess who was at the show? Red and Method, man. What the fuck? Yeah, so that was a serious, because coming up in comedy, we would go up on your music, but you got to understand, you're doing comedy to sophisticated black folks.
Yeah.
So you go up on Redman, and people are like, everyone's going up on Luther Vandross. They going up on the Gap Band, and we go up on time for some action. We're going up, and people are like, who the fuck? These motherfuckers. So, and also I wanted to say, with you and I think you guys are probably some of the best duo work I've seen with the Black Album. You and Method Man are probably the best fucking duo that bounce off each other. And the concert, I've seen a couple of your concerts, unreal. Just the energy, you guys have not lost a fucking step.
No, not at all.
And the humor. Like, you always had humor because you always were funny. Your MTV Cribs,
oh gosh,
that's the best one ever. You were like, yo, in that shitty apartment.
People stop
the whole
him and
shit.
Tell him
that was you. That was like you stayed. You were like, yo.
He was like your shitty apartment.
Everybody remembers
sitting on my apartment on a low.
But that's how smart you were. You're like, no, I'm gonna do it the opposite way because everybody like, look at my humble abode. You were like, yo, that's my man. There was some dudes laying down in your
yeah, my cousin. Yeah.
That was the best.
So honest.
It's so memorable.
honest, yeah,
That's
yeah.
all I remember.
Yo, but what's funny is like, yo, a lot of people been hitting me lately, right? Because it was like a special or something that came out far as content, and they retro back to the MTV era, crib era.
Yes.
And they started talking about everybody who was renting cribs and shit like that.
Yeah.
And they was like, yeah, guess the only person who kept it real with their own crib. And I was like, you know what? The truth will always rise to the top. You might not think when it's beneficial for you at that time, but God will always let that truth rise to the top.
But it worked. It was fantastic.
And that is iconic to the point that's the only one we remember.
That's the only one I remember.
Right. I don't even remember none of these other niggas' cribs.
But it made us feel like, all right, man.
That's
one of
the
the
dude.
greatest MCs.
Right.
One of the
He has an
homies.
apartment like mine.
Exactly. Worse than mine.
Nah, son, I had that same wood paneling though.
I had
in my
it.
basement.
Yeah,
I had
in the
to-
basement though. That shit was in my living room. That shit was in my living room. You got that in your basement.
What do you, as far as you guys want to do, you still want to do more movies with meth? You
Yeah, I
guys,
was just
another
gonna ask
comedy
How
would
High,
be
too.
fantastic. How High was, dude, first of all,
The chat
first
asked
of all,
about How High too a lot.
Yeah.
first of all, How High, the song, the remake, come on, man. The lyrical shit on that was fucking amazing. Like, I played the fuck, because I did Original Gangsters, that movie.
Yeah,
I was in Original Gangsters with Pam Grier, Richard Roundtree, and Superfly.
Y'all shot that out there in the Bay Area, right?
No, we shot that in Gary, Indiana, bro.
The fuck out of here.
Not even shit. I live in Chicago, so it's 40.
Wow. So none of it was shot in the Bay?
Wow.
No,
That's
we
like
was in-
right there.
Yeah.
We were. That's where
I have people
By the
that
way,
live in
that's
Gary.
where the Jacksons are from. Gary, Indiana. That's where Michael
I don't
Jackson's.
think Gary, Indiana's open anymore.
No, I know. But we've shot there because I remember Fred Williamson called me. I auditioned for it. Fred Williamson called me personally. The Hammer. He goes, "Is this Godfrey?" And that's how I talk. I say, "Yeah, who's this?" "This is Fred Williamson." I said, "The Hammer?" He said, "In the flesh." He was so 70s. In the flesh. He said, "You got the part of Marcus, man. You meet us tomorrow at this time." I'm like, "What the fuck?" So I get there and I'm bumping How High. How High. It's like, against this guy. How sick. The sick you can suck my dick. I'm bumping that shit every day. That's one of the coldest fucking, just lyrically, you guys.
That's right.
The references that you make, they don't even realize it's so difficult. And this is your writing.
Right.
This is your writing.
Yes.
You and they don't. I go listen to the lyrical shit they're doing with the words. It's like fucking retarded.
Crazy.
What? Apocalypse Now. Watch this. And the roof collapsed. It hits the deck. A hardcore.
Do that shit, right?
Reservoir Dogs. Be like band that can't stand it. With more fruity or loose than that, you can't stand it.
Garvey set them out. Cut the lights off. Pull the plugs.
It's just so man. God damn it, guys. I'm telling you, man. The greatest fucking lyricist, man.
That I tell them, take your flowers.
You are the one of the greatest.
I take them. I work
You
hard
are
for
one
it.
of the greatest
Appreciate
lyricists.
it, appreciate
What about 1, 2, 3, 4 with LL Cool J?
Oh yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Dropping shit like a raincoat. Absolute. I love to burn.
To the roof.
God damn. Come on, man.
He know his shit. He knows his shit.
I mean, and I just go, what? You listening to that shit?
Yeah.
The fucking similes and the. God damn it. You know what I mean?
I work hard, brother. I work hard.
You work very hard. This is what I
hard,
mean.
yeah.
It's no different. That's why, as comedians come up in the '90s, you guys were parallel to us. I go, I want to write the best joke, so when I get off, people go, remember the shit he said about the. We were parallel because we went up to you guys' music on stage. We go, what do you play?
It was a mentality
Yes.
of being
Play
original
Rockweiler. Play
in that way.
Rockweiler. Play Rockweiler for me when I go up. I want Rockweiler, Method Man. I want that. It was parallel. We wanted to be that dope with the pen. Same with jokes.
Godfrey.